Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to The Blind Life. I've got a really cool video today. I've got some guests on the channel today. I have Corey and Luke from Vision Forward, and they're here to talk with me about, we're going to talk about IRA. So hang out and we'll be right back. All right guys, well thank you very much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be on the channel. We've been fans for a while, so definitely exciting to get a chance to join you on a video. And I think I speak for Corey as well with that.
Absolutely, I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, good. Well, before we get started, why don't you guys give a shout out who you are, what you do, because you guys have a YouTube channel as well.
You want to take that one, Corey?
Yeah, sure. So we both work at Vision Forward, nonprofit in Milwaukee, assistive technology. And we have launched a new YouTube channel. It's called InFocus. We've got a number of videos that we're doing, but we've got a new video coming out every Friday, either a tech demo where we kind of do an overview of a product, a deep dive video where we jump in and really look at how features work on a specific device. And then we have our tech talks where Luke and I sit down. It's very informal. And basically just goof around and talk about interesting topic.
Of course, I'll have all the contact information in the description down below. If anybody would like to get a hold of either Corey or Luke, you'd be able to do that. So, as I said, today we're going to talk about IRA. So this is something new that's come on the scene in the last year or so. And Corey, I understand that you are a user of IRA, and so you're going to be the default expert today.
Yes, I would love to be a default expert.
That's a dream come true, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. By default, with the three of us here, I'll be the expert.
There you go. Well, good. So what are your impressions of it? Obviously, you have to like it, I imagine, right?
Yeah, so, you know, I've been what they call an explorer for a couple of years now. They've kind of slowly rolled out the service across almost the last 3 years probably at this point. And, you know, to take a step back to kind of talk about what IRA is and what it does, IRA is what it stands for, you know, and I keep saying this, we did a video as well, and I said that IRA stands for Artificial Intelligence Remote Access.
I thought you'd made it up, actually.
No, well, I may have. I think that's what it stands for. If not, we'll just get a little shout out to the company and see if they'll just take that on. But basically what it is it allows you to use a smartphone or a pair of glasses provided by IRA. You connect to a live agent who has had specific training to work with individuals with vision loss, and they are then ready to really perform whatever task you're looking for. So it can be anything from reading something to you, if it's your mail, to identifying products in the kitchen, to helping you navigate your environment, airports, your place of work, if you go to school, get you around your campus. Really, the uses for IRA are really only limited to what you can kind of think of to ask that agent to assist you with. So I'm a big fan of the service. I know, you know, I've, like I said, used it for a few years now, and some of the tasks that I've done with it are, you know, going to a store. You know, previous to IRA, we've all had ways to accomplish these tasks, right? If we want to go to a grocery store, we can get to the store, no problem. We can get in, we can find somebody there that can help us, ask for assistance. They'll come with us through the aisle. But I always felt like when I did that, I couldn't just say like, hey, read me every box of cereal that's in this aisle. I feel like they've got a job to get done, so I gotta go, I want Cheerios. Can you help me find it? But with IRA, I don't feel bad whatsoever going into a store and literally saying, I want to go up this whole aisle, read me every box of cereal. I'm paying for the service, that's their job. And so it really brings you a whole new freedom getting things done. One of the downfalls though I found with doing IRA in a store is that when you are blind or visually impaired, you typically don't fall victim to the impulse buys at the front by the register. But now with Ira, with them explaining, you end up walking out with...
You're like, I need that.
Yes, exactly. I didn't know I needed that, but man, do I need that.
I like it.
So, you know, that's an example of a way that you can use Ira and how it can, you know, not replace the way that you've done things, but just improve or change the way you've done them.
So you mentioned that, you touched on that, it is a subscription-based service. So there's a monthly fee that's involved with this.
Yeah, so they've got a couple different tiers or different ways that you can access the service. First and foremost, it is a subscription-based system. So you pay X amount for Y amount of minutes. I believe their least expensive plan is $30 a month for 30 minutes a month, and then it goes up, up from there. So that's their first way of doing it, but they've also done some interesting things to allow individuals or explorers to still use the service without having that subscription going. First, you can download the Ira app to your iPhone or your Android device, set up a free guest account. With that free guest account, you have two ways basically that you can use the Ira service. Number one, they just, in the last couple weeks here, they just launched a new service where anyone can get a 5-minute or less phone call connection to Ira for free once a day. So even if you're not a paid subscriber, if you're just a guest, you can still connect to an agent for 5 minutes or less once a day. Which can be pretty good, you know, if you've got a quick little task that you want to get done. That's kind of a nice feature that they've done.
Hey guys, Future Sam here, currently editing this video, and I wanted to stop for a second and give a little bit more information regarding this, what Corey just said there. I actually recently attended a conference, and my table was right next to the Ira table, and I got a chance to talk a lot with one of the Ira agents, and she actually said that the 5-minute free phone call is actually unlimited. You can call in as many times as you want a day and get those 5 free minutes. And I even asked, well, what's to stop somebody from just calling, hanging up, calling back, hanging up, calling back up, and basically use the service for free? And she said, well, really nothing. And in fact, if you call back quick enough after you hang up, chances are you're going to get that same agent you were speaking to earlier. So there you go. All right, back to the video.
The other thing that they've done is what they're calling Ira Access Locations. And Vision Forward just recently became an Ira Access Location. And the way that works is that the place buys a bucket of minutes, and then whenever you get on the grounds of that business or location, you get a little alert from your app letting you know that calls from this location are free. And so you are not pulling from your own minutes, or if you're a guest, you're pulling from the minutes that organization paid for. So you've probably seen on Twitter and across a lot of websites that a lot of airports have become Ira Access Locations. So you can pop into an airport, connect to a live agent, and you're using the service free of charge. Walgreens across the nation are also free Ira Access Locations. So you can go into a Walgreens, connect to an agent, and get whatever assistance you would need. You know, you can't bring your mail from home and go sit at Walgreens and have them read the mail to you.
I mean, you could.
I guess you could.
Yeah.
And somebody will, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, now that we've given it the idea.
Just go to the airport and it's full of people who are blind just reading their mail.
Just sitting around. So they've got a couple of ways that you can still get the service or access the service even if you're not a paid subscriber.
Yeah, and I think I heard that Targets are Ira spots as well.
Nice. Oh, cool. I didn't notice that. Awesome.
Don't quote me on that, but yeah. Okay, so that's airports. You mentioned that. I've been traveling a lot for YouTube and work and doing a lot of conventions, and that's where I see people using it the most is airports, and especially in conventions. I see so many people holding their phones up, talking to them, and I'm like, oh, that's Ira right there. They're using Ira. So I can, of course, everybody's going to have to make the decision for themselves whether something like this would be helpful for them. For me personally, I think I would only utilize it when I was traveling, and I don't do it enough, to justify the cost for me personally. But, you mentioned just a wide range of things you can do with it. I've got a friend that uses it. He told me once that his in-laws were coming over, so he called up the IRA agent and asked her to make sure all his pictures were hung straight on his wall. Nice.
Got to make a good first impression, right?
Yeah. Right. Totally. So, got to use those minutes to impress the in-laws.
There you go.
It's just the sky's the limit on what you potentially could use it for.
Corey hasn't told you that his favorite story of how he put together his weight bench using Ira.
Yeah, I mean, you may not notice from me sitting down, but I'm a very buff gentleman, and I spent a couple hours connected to an IRA agent putting together a weight bench.
You haven't used a weight bench since then.
No,
at least you put it together though.
I have. I've sat on it and watched TV from it. But
there you go.
That was enough of a workout for you.
Yeah. But one of the things I've noticed, and I'm kind of the same as you, Sam. Like I am a paid subscriber, but I find that being blind for over 30 years at this point, I've got a lot of solutions already in place, for getting a lot of tasks done. And so I'm kind of the same way when I travel for work. That's when it really becomes just indispensable, getting through those airports 100% independently, getting to my gate, going to go find a bite to eat, even the restroom, and then when you get to an unfamiliar city. And I know that for IRA, when I work with individuals, one of the things that we not struggle with, but I know IRA kind of is working on individuals figuring out how, getting them to change their workflows, even though you've always done it this way, can IRA make it a little bit easier? And so I think that's one of their uphill battles, is just kind of getting people to change the way that they do things. Not that, you don't want to change it just to use IRA, but if it literally can make your life easier, then just getting them to change their habit and do it. But I don't use it, during a normal week. I use it a few times a week, maybe to read something quick or identify something really quick. So.
Yeah, and that segues perfectly into the next thing I wanted to talk about. And Luke, by all means, feel free to chime in too. There's a camp in the visually impaired community that kind of thinks that IRA might be taking away people's independence.
Sure.
And as you said, there's the risk of it kind of becoming a crutch, like people depending on it too much. I know there's some purist visually impaired people out there that go so far to say you're not even supposed to use a guide dog, because if you can't find it yourself, then it's not. Then you don't need it, apparently.
Sure.
Now I don't necessarily agree with that, but what do you guys think about that thought regarding IRA?
Okay. Well, first of all, I should preface my answer by saying I am not visually impaired, so
yes.
We'll
let you talk anyway.
Well, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. I will tell you what I think though. I'm very much a live and let live kind of guy in all aspects of my life. If you want to use IRA, it improves your quality of life. It helps you do things which otherwise you would struggle with or not be able to do. I say go for it and don't worry about what anybody says to you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody's got to make up their own mind, and I do understand the concern in terms of being independent, and I do think being independent is very important. But at the same time, everybody's different, and you've got to live the best life that you can. So with that in mind, you do you is basically what I would say. Yeah.
There you go.
IRA is a tool. It's an assistive technology. You can't access the computer without a screen reader or screen magnifier. So in that logic, it'd be like can't use the computer.
That's a good point.
Sorry, you got to rely on JAWS or NVDA. No, you can't do it. But I think that individuals who say that it becomes a crutch or that it takes away from your blindness skills, I understand that sentiment, but I also think that comes from people who are not users of it, because anyone who uses Ira notices very quickly that although the service is good and it gives you access to visual information you didn't have, it absolutely does not replace any of the blindness skills that you've learned. One of the biggest downfalls, or I shouldn't say downfalls, one of the biggest challenges or hurdles for Ira is their connectivity issue. Because it requires either Wi-Fi or a mobile data, LTE or whatever it might be, there are many times where you lose connection to an agent, which automatically means you need to fall back on your blindness skills to get out of wherever you've got yourself in. Number two, just because the agent is telling you what's going on or what's in front of you, they are not there walking you around. You are still using your cane, you're still using your dog, you're still using all of the mobility and orientation skills that you've learned to get around. So I just see it as another tool to pull out of your toolbox, and again, exactly what you said, Luke, just what do you?
Yep.
Whatever makes your life easier.
That's going to be our unofficial slogan from now on.
Do you?
You do you.
You do you.
Done. Vision full and you do you.
I like that.
Okay, well, great. Well, so I think you guys had planned on maybe doing a demo of Ira for us.
Yeah. So let me quick talk about some of the equipment maybe that's required to use Ira, and then we'll go into a quick little demo. So there are two ways that you can access Ira. First and foremost, you can get what they call their Horizon Kit. So their Horizon Kit consists of two pieces. First, they have their Horizon glasses. And when you put the glasses on, right at the center above the nose, there is a camera that has a 120-degree field of view. And then there's a cable going to what they call their Horizon controller. And honestly, it is a Samsung Android phone. But what they've done is they've completely disabled the touch screen, and you just use the home button, the physical button on the front of the device, in order to access Ira. So pressing it once will wake it up.
Hello, Corey. Ira ready for service.
Pressing it a second time will give you a quick little status. It's going to give you your battery strength, let you know if you're connected to Ira. And then pressing that home button twice quickly is going to connect to an agent. So this is a really good solution for those who want hands-free, having the camera up on the glasses. It's also a really good solution for those who may not feel comfortable using a smartphone. They don't have to worry about dealing with a touch screen whatsoever. They can all do it with physical buttons. So that is one way that you can use Ira. The other way, and you can use both of these ways, so if you have a Horizon Kit, you can also use a smartphone. So you can download the Ira app free on iOS or Android, and then connecting to an agent right from the app, they're then going to see through the camera on your phone and then also talk with them via the phone as well. And so you can hold your phone up and interact with the agent that way. Sometimes I'll use the phone for smaller, more detailed tasks, reading print, seeing fine objects. The camera on the iPhone is a little bit better than the Horizon camera is, so sometimes knowing the task you want to do. We're going to use, I have a piece of paper here, and I have no idea what this paper says. So I'm going to connect to an Ira agent, and they're going to read the print on this paper for us. So let's connect to an agent. Right in the center of the app, we should have a connect to agent.
Call AIRA for free from phone.
There we go. Call AIRA for free.
Connect calling agent.
So we're going to connect to an agent.
Cancel button. Connect.
There we go.
Hi, Corey. Thank you for calling Ira. This is Layla. What would you like to do today?
I have a piece of paper here with some text, and I was wondering if you could just read me what's on this piece of paper, please. I'll hold it up for you.
Okay, Corey. Can you move the camera a bit to the left?
Mm-hmm.
Just perfect. And pull back. You can pull the camera back a bit so I can get. There we go. Personally, I would say The Blind Life is the best channel on YouTube. That being said, the two gentlemen from the InFocus YouTube channel are much more handsome.
Oh, I 100% agree with you.
Ira lies.
I appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
Help message button.
Thanks for calling in, Corey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Privacy speaker. Band.
Well, who would have thought? Eh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So pointing the camera, and you could see that they were very good at giving direction. Move your camera left, move your camera up. They also have the ability to take a snapshot.
AIRA.
So if they want to, rather than you sitting and holding your phone up, they can take a picture that uploads the picture right to their dashboard, and then they can sit and read that to you so that you don't have to sit and hold your phone up.
Okay. I feel bad for you, man. You're paying for someone to lie to you like that.
I still, you know what? I think we all do that. I have a talking scale that I bought. I paid a little bit more for it to lie to me as well, too. So.
Oh, that's funny. And yeah, so you should also mention that they have the ability, like you said, to take a screenshot. They can save files for you and bring them back up at other times, later times.
Yeah.
They have access to maps, so they know your location. It can help with things like that, directions.
Yeah, they can store images. So I've got two kids. When they were younger, I had the agents take a picture of each of my kids and stored them in my profile so that if I was ever out with my kids and they, took off running or something, I could call Ira and, can you help me find my son? And what does they look like? Well, I have no idea. I've never seen them. Right. So they were able to pull up a picture. So yeah, there's a lot of, again, it really comes down to just being creative and coming up and thinking of really cool use cases for it.
Yeah, that's a great example right there. That's funny. Yeah, you had no idea what that paper said.
None at all.
Amazing. We just found it on the floor. I don't even
just
know.
lying around. Yeah,
Okay.
Randomly grabbed it.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we will call it quits for this one. Well, thank you very much, guys, for shedding a little light on this topic. Something that I've been wanting to talk about on my channel for a while now, and I know a lot of people have been asking about it. So once again, I guess if anybody wants information about IRA, I will put the links and stuff down in the description for that. Real quickly, verbally, how can people get a hold of you guys?
So if you want to call us, 414-615-0103, or if you want to send us an email, you can go to infocus@vision-forward.org, and you can visit the organization website as well, vision-forward.org.
And then once again, the YouTube is InFocus.
Yeah, the YouTube is InFocus. That's it. Now, unfortunately, because we're a new channel, we don't have our own specific YouTube URL as of yet. So if you just do if you just search for InFocus, let's say InFocus OrCam, then you'll probably find one of our demonstrations and you'll be able to get to the channel through there. So
yeah.
You can also, if you go to vision-forward.org/InFocus, there's a link directly to the YouTube channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like I said, I'll have those links all in the description down below.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. It was fun. Hope to see you again on the channel in the future.
Sounds good.
And I'll try not to blur out your faces after that little joke you guys did.
Thanks, Sam. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next time. Sam with The Blind Life. Bye.